welcome back to my channel. And in today's video I'm just going to give a story, like it's story time. So hey, if you're doing anything, please just hold on. You first listen to this story. Maybe you will get some piece of advice, or you will learn something, then you can continue. Please grab a glass of water, then maybe a bag of popcorns, anything, or chocolate. Then you sit and we talk. This message is mostly for people who are not yet married, and it's just kind of warning or a call unto you people, like to wake you up, or an awakening. And in case you're new and it's your first time to join me or to watch my videos, please, I have so many videos I've shot. You can always click on my name. You go down, you see like a list of videos. You never know, you might get a topic which you're interested in and you watch it. But hey, just a reminder, if you've not yet subscribed, you're missing a lot. Subscribe by clicking on the subscription button, and hey, if you want always to get notified when I've just uploaded a new video, so that you don't always miss out or watch when it's too late, just click on the notification bell and you will always be notified. And also don't forget to share, like and comment. I'm waiting for your comments. I told you that on my channel, it's a channel of learning. I learn from you as you learn from me too. So without going further, I'm going to start with the story. The story is about a young girl. I'm not going to use her real names because maybe someone may be knowing her, but I'm not doing to be honest, I'm not doing gamble, but I'm just giving a story so that you can get something to learn out of it. Most of the times young girls have faced a lot of things, a lot of challenges, which is not good, and it has made others even lose lives. So here is the girl. I'm going to call the girl, which name should I use? I'm going to call the girl Kate. So we have Kate. Kate grew up in a poor family, and they grew up in a slum, in one of the slums in a country in Africa. Yeah, I come from Uganda. So this girl, like they grew up in a poor family, and they had, like, she had a lot of siblings. She had her mom and a dad, and they were in good terms, but it's just that they didn't have money, and they were staying in a slum and in a poor family. This is a family whereby they used to struggle to find what to eat. They were sleeping down and all that kind of stuff. I know you understand, people who have gone to slums, you know what I mean when I say slums, whereby homes are just fixed to each other, like next to each other, something like that. So that's where she grew up from. Going for school, like, they could struggle. Always she was the last one to pay for tuition. Other times she can skip, like not going to school because of lack of scholastic materials. Sometimes maybe the balance has refused, that kind of life. So their dad used to love them so much, in that he used to struggle at least to find something for them, they can, so that they can study. Now their dad reached a time whereby, like, he couldn't handle, so they had, like, to separate for some time with the mom. So when they separated, the mom had to go to the village, and the dad decided to stay in the slum in town, because they had some land deep in the village. So here in slums, they had come to look for greener pastures. As you know, like, people always leave villages to go in town to look for money. So when they separated, the man went to the village and the girl remained with the dad in town. She studied. She had finished her senior 4, And when she finished senior 4, she had to sit for some time because they didn't have money, and even the years had gone, because she studied when she was even like old, depending on that, because most of the people, they sit for their senior 4 exams when they're in their 16, but for her, she was already in her 18, and by that time, 18 years, I was done already with A level, so you can imagine now. But because of money issues and all that, that's why she delayed. So this girl, she decided for her to stay back, and the siblings had to go the other side and stay with their mom. And so she finished. When she finished, the money, like, they couldn't afford anymore to take her for A level and to do her to do her like college or bachelor, something like the diploma, like something to do in the next year. They didn't have that money, so the dad was like, you know what, you're going to just stay because I don't have anything to do. Maybe you can try to find a job. So in Africa, like I think even in other countries, okay, let me talk about Uganda. Sometimes there are some casual jobs whereby even if someone has sat for senior 4, they can get something to do. They can be maybe waiters or waitresses. They can maybe work on parking, like street parking kind of stuff. They can do even other things, selling in boutiques and all that. So like she got a chance, and she was enrolled in one of the biggest companies, and she started working, serving food and all that. So one day, as she was there, and she was working with some customers, one of the customers came, like that guy, he used to go to their place, like to support them in so many things, because they had like so many departments. They had food section, they had a boutique section, they had a salon section, and they had accommodation. But this girl, for her, she was in the food department. So the girl goes to serve these people. Kumbe, the man had already admired her. So the man started vibing the girl, but the man was in his late maybe 50s, around here, and the girl was 19. So when the guy vibed to the girl, all her friends, like the workmates, they were happy for her. They're like, oh girl, you've gotten a chance. No one has, like, ever since we've been here, we've never seen anyone get this chance of getting a white man. The guy was a white, he was a Spanish, to be precise. So they are like, oh my god, don't waste this chance, blah blah. All the people she used to inquire from, they were like, you should go with this guy, the guy is good, he's loaded, blah blah. So the guy, she was still young. And it's not the first time I actually have heard about such stories, because I have also another person we're working with, and such a thing happened. And this time it was a black guy, but like also loaded, and most of the people are telling this girl, go with the guy. But me, I told her, no, you should not. You have to follow your heart. If you don't like the guy, don't go because of money, because people are giving advice. And that one, like, she was saved, but this one, hey, she was not saved. So the girl also decides to take the friend's idea or like advice, and she decided to start dating the guy. Now the girl starts dating the guy. She met someone who used to go back from her shift. She just goes straight back home. Now she stopped, and she's always like, she's always like staying behind, jazzing with the guy. They started going out, they started doing everything, like enjoying life, as people say. And she enjoyed it. Like, she got money. Now someone who didn't have even a smartphone, she bought a smartphone, and she stopped using the analog phone. She started changing her lifestyle, even the way she dresses and all that, So life was good. So the guy, after I think dating for 1 month, the guy was like, I want to meet your family, you know, because the girl had even started sleeping there. Like she could spend days at the guy's place, you know, just after dating for 3 weeks. They moved in together. Like she could go, not like real moving in together, but like she could go and spend a weekend there, spend some days, be there, and then after she goes home. Yeah, so like after that, she went and they started staying together. They went and visited also the parents. The parents were happy, you know, they were so poor to the extent that if like they were desperate, like if a guy comes in, they're giving money for them, they're okay to let their daughter to do what? To go. And so yeah. The dad allowed the girl to go. They told the mom, even the mom was okay with it, you know. She's like, wow, I've gotten a white guy, and the guy is loaded. Well, let her daughter go. We are lucky and all that. So in that 1 month's time, the guy was like already accepted to be with the girl. Now the time comes, the guy in that very month tells the girl, you know, I've been at your place for so long, and I've been at your place for so long, and now I want you also to come and do what? And visit us in where I stay in our country. So in Spain. So the girl accepts, you know. She was so excited, you know. Someone is young and like they're telling you you're going to travel, you're going to another country, a developed country, moreover, you know. And yeah, the girl was like, I have to go. That they tell the parents, and the parents they're like, okay, we go. But you know, as moms are always how can I call it, skeptical or what? They were like, should we leave our daughter to go? Then that mom was like, I don't feel like you should go, but since you have decided, I'm not going to refuse you. You're above 18 years. It's okay, you can go and start a new life. So they do the paperwork. The guy paid for the visa, he paid for the ticket, he paid for all the documentation. You know, they need that yellow fever and all card rather, and all those kind of stuff, and everything was worked all upon. And yeah, these people traveled. Now when they traveled, they reached on that very day. The guy for him had already gone. Sorry about this. The guy had already gone. So the guy had already paid for everything, and for him it was already in Spain. So he tells the girl, you board, you come, and you will find me at the airport. I'll be waiting for you. Now they go, you know, that transit and all that kind of stuff. You pass through another country, blah blah. She was so tired. Now she reaches finally, and when she reaches, the guy was like, okay, she's like, okay, I've reached, and I'm expecting to find the guy. For her, she didn't know that when you go in another country, your line, like your number, it cannot work in another country. You have to get a different number for that specific country because of the country codes and all that. I think people who travel, you know that, even if you've not traveled, like it's modern, like all people know that. So she reaches there, she tries to call the guy's number, it couldn't go through, and it was a small phone. By that time, I think she had sold the phone because she was traveling, so she didn't have a smartphone. Now she goes. So when she reaches, no one is waiting for her. She be there, she waits 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, up to the evening. The guy had not yet appeared. Then finally late, like in the evening, the guy comes in. Someone who reached in the morning, the guy came at around 5:30 to pick her. Then when he picked her, they went to the guy's place. Now reaching there, the guy had told the girl that he lives alone, like he stays alone. But surprisingly, when they reached, the guy was staying with the mom. Now that wasn't a big problem because yeah, there are some people who are married and like they stay with their guys who are staying with their moms, and you know they are treated well, they're okay. So yeah, she was like, it's okay. They reached. Now when they reached, the girl greeted the lady, but the lady could not answer her. She was like, what is happening? Maybe she didn't like me. And to be truthful, the mom had not liked the girl, you know. And I think this guy also, he wanted to please his mom, so they started mistreating this girl. Now I'm starting on a story whereby I want us to learn. Now when they reached there, the guy started changing. The one who used to be happy in Africa with the girl, when they reached there, he started like changing, you know, mistreating the girl, you know. The woman could not allow the girl to go in the kitchen to do anything. You know, Africans, we are strong ladies, so for us, like when we are everywhere, like we want to help, we want to work, and that is the way we were taught. Actually, mostly in my country, Uganda, like we are taught, like when you go somewhere and you're a visitor, you have to help in, you have like to come in and you help out in home chores, but they could refuse her. So she could sit the whole day not doing anything. The guy goes to work and leaves the mom home. The mom starts mistreating the girl to the extent like she started now refusing to give her food. You know, then she's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? You know, but like she was scared. I left at home. I told them I'm happy with the guy, and now you look at what is happening. You know, so she was scared. She couldn't tell anyone. They started mistreating her, you know. So and the guy was not saying anything. The girl could cry, and when she waits for the guy to tell him what happened, the man could not do like anything. He could just keep quiet. Can you imagine? So the girl didn't have anything to do. She doesn't have even a smartphone. Now it reached a time one day, because the woman didn't like the girl, she had to plan, and she hid her real jewelry, like her jewelry, she hid it somewhere. So when she hid it in the girl's closet, where she was laying in the room she was staying in, she waited for the boy to come back, like her child, the son or the husband, the other one. Now she started crying. You see what your daughter has done. She was stealing my jewelry. I found it in her, like in her stuff in her closet, blah blah blah. Then the guy's like, no mom, it can't be, what. And then she's like, if you think I'm lying, I want to prove it. I want to prove you wrong. Come and see. Now reaching in the girl's room, they find out that the jewelry was there. But the girl cried. She's like, I've not done anything. I didn't do anything. Now the woman started even beating the girl, and it wasn't actually the first time. She beat her like I think 2 times before that happened. Now the guy started not now to trust the girl. Now from there, the mother decided to lock the girl like in a small room, because the girl had started apparently not to eat. She could refuse to eat their food. She could refuse to do anything, and yeah, so they locked her somewhere. Now the girl could not eat anything. So when they saw that, they were like, we have to really lock this girl so that she doesn't cause problems for us. The girl could cry the whole day, the whole night. The guy could not even now go even there to see the girl. So what the woman could do, she just passes the food like under the door to give her the food. She could not even mind if she has showered or what. Now this girl, she had been like pregnant for some days, maybe like some, not days actually, even months, but she didn't know. You know, she was 19 and she could not even know tell that she's pregnant or what. So yeah, that's when she realized, and she's like, I'm pregnant. Now she had to look for the guy, and she told the guy, you know what, I'm pregnant, blah blah blah. The guy was not even happy. So the girl continued being there, you know, inside for all that long. Then one day some people came to do some work near their space. I think they were mowing the grass or what. Like they were technicians who had come to provide some services there. Sorry for the noise. I'm somewhere near the auto garage. So these people, when they finished to repair, and she had to like to peep in the window, and she was like, you guys, please help me, I'm locked in here. You know, like at first it was even hard to communicate to them, because most of those people, you know, they speak Spanish, but thank God there was one person who could understand English. Then she was like, you know, I'm being mistreated here, blah blah, please help me, I need to talk to my people back in Uganda, like back in our country in Africa. So they were like, it's okay. They gave her the phone, and then she called she called one of the friends in Africa to help her out. Now when she called, she told the person, you know, I'm not doing well, blah blah, please help me, because I'm being mistreated where I am. Now when they went there, when the parents had that, they went straight to the embassy and started complaining, you know, lamenting, our child was taken by someone, but the person is not doing well, blah blah blah, and actually she had gone on a visa which is even expired, we're not seeing her, what. So these people, like, they had the information, so they had to check, and checking, they found out that the girl's stay was extended. But what you need to know, this was extended minus her consent. She didn't know. But she says by the time they did that, they brought for her some things to sign, but they were in a language she doesn't understand, Spanish. So she couldn't understand anything, but she signed papers and they extended. Then another thing to surprise you, they made a wedding minus her consent, like, because she's there, you know, you don't have anyone, you know, you're scared, they're putting you on gunpoint, they're telling you, you know, you have to do this, blah blah blah. So she had to accept, and they also wedded. So that means she can even become a resident there, like a permanent resident, because she's married already, and her things were extended, so the documents had been worked on again. So yeah, that's how it was. And now the girl had to find a way of living. Now she started crying and telling them, you know what, you have to let me go, you have to let me go. Since now the parents had tried, but they could not do anything, you know. So she had to find her ways. She started crying day and night. She gave them restless nights and days. So now one day they tell her, you know what, you're going to go, but we are not going to give you anything. Look for money, you know. She had gone, and remember, poor girl, like, they got her from her job. She was working as a server, and you know, servers don't earn that much, so she didn't have any money, you know. She was depending on this guy who promised her heaven and earth. So she accepted, sorry, and when, but now reaching there, they are telling her, you have to put in everything, you have to work on your documents, you have to process everything, you pay for your freight charges and all that. Then she's like, I don't have anything, and it's you who brought me this side. I didn't force you. You told me I should come and stay with you, of which I came. So did I do anything wrong? Why are you punishing me? So, but this guy was like a mommy's boy, so he could not listen. Every time they could tell him everything, is like, let me first go and inquire from my mom. Even on that show, he was like, let me go and inquire from my mom. Now, after that, the guy didn't do anything. Actually, he continued living his life, being happy with his mom. The girl is, you know, yeah, suffering from there. So now, I think now the pregnancy had reached even like something over 6 months. So she continued staying there, but crying every day, giving these people restless days and nights, until one day the guy, I don't know how the girl liked the guy, and the guy had to buy the idea, and he was like, okay, I'm going to let you go. I think this guy liked the girl, but because of the mom, I don't understand. But hey, let us continue with the story. So now they go, the guy accepts, gives the girl money, and like, she drives her with a taxi or a cab to the airport. They reach there. When they reach, the guy leaves the girl there with nothing, no documents, nothing, just leaves her there at the airport. But thank God, the people she found, I think she was lucky. She found good people who like helped even to call the guy, because yeah, they called the guy, and the guy tried to look for the things, but like, because they were seeing this girl, she's pregnant, she's stressed, she doesn't have anything, they reached a point of telling her, you know what, just go. They left her to go. Can you imagine? Sometimes it's hard, they can even detain you, but they just left her, and like, she boarded the plane. By the time again the guy was coming with the documents he had left behind, actually intentionally, she had gone. So she comes, she reaches the airport here, then she reaches there, she doesn't even have any money to pay the cab who will take her to her place, and the place was like very far. I think like how can I say, because from here to, those are 72 kilometers, then something like, I don't know, maybe like 200 kilometers. where she was supposed to be taken, and she didn't have money, and that they were charging some big amount, like in our currency. It was a lot. So, but she cried to those car people, the airport shuttles, and they helped her. They took her for free. She reached home. When she reached home, she was tired. You remember, she's pregnant. She has stayed for so many months, just like crying, not sleeping well, not eating well, and all that. So when she reached at home, she just slept off, and she slept, I think, like for 2 full days minus waking up, because she was tired. Now she had our suitcases with the punches of the airport, but like she was not looking that good, I'm going somewhere and you've been locked somewhere for all the time, there is a way you look. So everyone is like, hey, this person is from abroad, but like, look at the way she's looking. So mnange, they gave her the what? They welcomed her, when you go somewhere, let's say you had traveled and you go back home, or the home people expect you to give them something. They expect you like to be having something you're going to give them. But she didn't have anything, Bambi. She didn't have even money, even transport. Remember, they just took her for free to take her back to the village at her mom's. She didn't go back actually to town, to the ghetto. She just went straight to the village to her mom's to hide there. The embarrassment. I think you understand. So she was there with her pregnancy for all that long, no money, nothing. The mom could ask for things, but when she realized that maybe my daughter, she doesn't have money. I've tried to tell her we don't have sugar, we don't have this, and I'm not seeing like any reaction. Maybe she doesn't. She decided to leave her. So she was there, and she did what? She gave birth to the kid. Now, by all the time, the man had not yet called her. The kid made 9 months again. The kid made 1 year. The kid made 2 years, and the guy had not yet appeared. Can you imagine? So, I think for today I'll end here, and you wait for part 2. Yeah, part 2 is coming, and I'll be now telling you what was next after the girl, the baby. Actually, the baby was a baby girl, and after the baby girl making 2 years, which I'll continue from there in part 2 to show you what happened. Like in part 3, then I'm going to do everything. So yeah, what have you learned in the first part? In part 1, what I've learned is always, it's an advice to ladies: don't date someone just for weeks and just move in with them. Secondly, never travel minus any documents or anything which explains that person, and make sure before you travel going anywhere with someone, even if it's within your country, make sure at least you know some information about them. Make sure you know them, and at least make sure you have a smartphone, because smartphones help. I'm telling you, it helps. You get, because remember, this girl stayed at the airport for so long waiting for the guy, and until the guy came, she couldn't even call. You get, if you're not ready, if you don't have even any money on you, please, I advise you, don't travel. Don't, unless you have some people you know where you're going, because it's risky. Let us not stop risking our lives. I know, yes, sometimes you have to risk or to do something or to gain what, but please always mind about your life before, and always make sure you leave with all the information which is needed by the people you're leaving behind. When they're looking for you, that's where they are going to start from. And another advice: don't rush to trust people. People lie, people are bad, people change. Someone can lie to you, because I don't believe that this guy was someone different. No, he was like that, but because she didn't take time to study her, she didn't take time to learn him, that's why. Because perhaps if she had taken time to learn him, she wouldn't have faced all this. She would have refused at the point to go, before like even go further with him. So please always, and when you're going to meet them, always ask so many questions. Ask them, whom do you stay with? Mothers are hard, and before you go, let them talk to those people so that they get to know you. I always, want to be seeing people who love Jesus, but at the same time when they have wisdom, let us use the wisdom God gave us. Let us ask for wisdom. In case you don't have it, ask for God to avail you with wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. You will not find all this kind of stuff, because if you have the spirit of wisdom and knowledge and understanding, He will always guide you. He will show you. Actually, before even you go there, maybe He will communicate to you. I'm telling you, the Spirit does communicate if you use Him. If you don't use Him, He will not also help you. So yeah, that is what I had, and let's wait for part 2. I'll finish and I'll tell you like what happened to the girl, how the girl is doing right now, and all that kind of stuff. Thank you for watching my video and for taking all that time, to listen to all the story. In case you've learned something, please leave it in the comment box below, and please subscribe, click on the notification bell, and also like and share. Please comment. Thank you so much. May God bless you. Bye.